Hello and welcome to the most interactive course on Microsoft Excel. This is the only course where I have been introduced to learn by doing approach. This is the best approach of learning any skills. Another problem is today's world is we give too much information to our students. So this overloaded information doesn't make the learning process very efficient and effective. In this course, I will discuss the specific things, the things that you need specifically. No overloaded information is given. The most important thing is this course is updated regularly. I will update you everything in the Excel world. You will get notifications from me, you will get updated informations what is happening inside the world. In technological world you have to be updated, so I will update you again and again. The final thing is deep foundation and bright future. So many of my students ask that, oh, is this the updated version, is this the software is updated, there are many changes have been taken place. So I always say them that if your foundation is deep, then you can deal with any versions of the software. So have a deep foundation. If you know the core things, then if the version changes or if anything happens, you will adapt very easily within few hours. So don't worry. In this course, I will be helping you to make a deep foundation on Excel world. So let's get started. The learning outcome. What will you learn from this course? So this is an Excel worksheet. So I will guiding you to be an expert on Excel in this course. In this course, I will discuss everything related to Excel from home, from insert to view menu, everything. Whatever you need to be an expert on Excel, I will teach everything in this course. I will guide you through the study skills process. You need to have some sorts of study skills to be an expert on Excel. So in the next lecture, I will discuss about the study skills required for this course. So basically, this course is the deep foundation course for Excel, and I can guarantee you if you follow my instructions, you will be an expert on Excel and you can deal with any versions of Excel. And Excel is changing every year or some months later. So whatever version is coming on the next years or next months, don't worry, you will have the basic foundations and I will update you the day after 2 days or 3 days of the releasing of the new version. So don't worry, keep in touch with me and work hard, be happy, be an Excel expert. Let's go to the next lecture. Study skills required for this course. Take short notes. If you take short notes, it will help you to revise properly and to memorize your knowledge, whatever you have learned from this course. Another one is create cue cards. Short cue cards will help you to write down the topics or key points or sometimes questions so that you can recall again and again. Another effective study skills is mind maps. Whenever you prepare a mind map, it will help you to remember easily and to organize your learnings as a pro. So if you want to organize yourself and want to know something with a very effective and efficient way, then mind maps is the ultimate way. So whatever you like, just follow your own study skills. These are the 3 study skills I recommend for my students. How to get most out of this course? Here I will give you a PDF course outline. In this course outline, everything is described, everything is instructed. This is a skill-based education system. This is a skill-based course. So you have to learn by doing. Most of the instructors, most of the students, I have trained many students. They told me that, sir, why didn't you give me so much of hand notes and some other resources? I always say them, this is a skill-based education, so it's best to practice by yourself. So here, in the instructions column, you can see that the learn by doing. So you will just follow my lecture and then you will practice by yourself according to my instruction. Then you will learn the skills properly. In some lectures, exercise file is a must. So as a newbie, as a beginner, you can't go through the details. So in that cases, I have included downloaded exercise files, and you can download it from the bonus section. So here from lecture 59, I will give you exercise files and you will download it, and then you will practice along with my classes. So that's the best way of learning any skill based thing. So here in Excel course, if you follow my instructions, definitely will be an expert in Microsoft Excel. So if you need to learn anything, if you need to know anything, just ask me questions. I will reply you, I will help you, I will guide you through the whole course. So let's get started. So what is Excel is used for? Many people think that it is a simple spreadsheet package, but I will disagree with them. It is not a simple spreadsheet package. It is a very interactive data processing software. Here in this template, we can see that the university expense estimator, this is a very interactive graphical presentation you can make by yourself in many other templates or by using your own techniques. This is a simple template made by the Excel, and I'm showing you the only thing that the how you can present your information. Now I'm showing you the another one I've made. This is a very simple spreadsheet or worksheet. Here the monthly sales report is been given, so very easily you can know the average, the price, the total selling price of each product. For many purposes you can use Excel. Thousands of ways. You can make graphs, datas, pivot tables, and many more ways you can use it. There are thousands of applications you can do with this simple software. So those people who says that this is the only package, only spreadsheet package, I will strongly disagree with them, because this is not only the spreadsheet package. This is a modern data processing software, so from where you can take critical decisions, that you can present your informations to your subordinates, to your seniors very effectively and efficiently. So let's go to the next lecture. Discuss about the Excel menu system. Here you can see that the home, insert, page layout, formulas, data, review, view. This is called the menu bar. So under the menu bar, you can see many icons. Like under home, you can see many icons. In each and every icon has a specific work to do. So this is called the menu bar, like homes, insert, page. Under menu bar, you will get some icons, and under each menu, you will have specific icons for specific work. Like in page layout, there are icons for margins, orientation, size, print, and this data menu has some icons for specific works. By clicking on each icon, you will get specific results. So here is the menu bar and icons in the total menu system. The total Excel menu system is called the ribbon. Here from home to icons, this part is called the ribbon. So in this lecture we have learned that about the menu bar, icons, and the ribbon. In this chapter we'll look at the quick access toolbar. So the upper right corner you can see these sorts of icons. These are the quick access toolbar. So if you want to like use some icons, every time if you don't need to go there, every time if you are not interested to go to that, like suppose you frequently print or some page setup, if you want to print area or any buttons or any icons, if you want to use it frequently, you can set it on the quick access toolbar. So in the quick access toolbar we can see that here is the file, here is the save options. So every time you don't need to go to that specific one, just if you go to that quick access toolbar you can go there. So here I can say that every time you go there you can save very easily. You don't need to the file then save or etc any other options. So here if you, here is the redo options, undo options, like here I can show you the, like if you want to go undo it, or if you want to redo it, you can do this from this quick access toolbar. So it is for your own is to use that quick access toolbar. So those icons that you use frequently, you can use that quick access toolbar. So here if you want to add something, or if you don't want to see something in this quick access toolbar, so you can edit it from here. Just click here, you can go, like if you want to show the print icon, then just tick here and you will see the print icon. So from here you can click and then just print, like that. So from here, like for more commands, if whatever you want, everything, every icons you can set on the quick access toolbar. So like if you want to quick point, print, paste, like insert table, if you want to add it on the quick access toolbar, just insert table, then just click here and then save. And you can see that the insert table here, and then you can use it very easily. So there are lots of options in Excel. Just follow along with all the lectures and you will be an expert in Excel. Chapter will look at the workbook and worksheet. So a file, some whatever we call it, very frequently most of the people say that this file name is channel marketing budget 1. So this is the common way of identifying a file, but the total name or name of this total thing, the name of this file is, this is called the workbook. So we can say that the file is a workbook, workbook is a file, whatever you call it. So the spreadsheet, the most of the people say that this is a spreadsheet, channel marketing budget. This one is a worksheet. So here the name channel marketing budget in the bottom is the name of the worksheet. So in every workbook there is at least one worksheet. There might be many worksheets, so there should be at least one worksheet in every workbook. So a worksheet consists of rows and columns. So columns are vertical and rows are horizontal. So here the name of the column is F and the name of the row is 11. So every column and row has a name, and so now I will discuss about the cell. So here if you move the cursor here, like this 10, this specific box is called a cell, and every cell has their own address. So what is the name of the cell? What is the name of this cell? The address of this cell is H, and this one is 19. So the name of the address of this cell is H19, and you can see from here this is H19. So this is the address of this specific cell. So every box here has their own address. So every box is called box or whatever it is, every cell has their own address. So now let's discuss more about rows and column. In Excel, there are total 16,384 columns. So after G, you can see it starts from A, B. So whatever the final last column is X, F, D. So huge collections, huge spaces for your data. Now let's look at about the rows. How many total rows? So if you go from here, control and arrow down, you can see the last row is total 1,048,576 rows. That's a huge space for your data. So let's go to the next class. In this lecture, we'll know about the status bar. So here in the bottom of the screen, we can see that the ready button, ready, is written ready. So this is the status bar. So here in this status bar, so it will show the some status, some conditions of your data. So here I've written entertainment. So look, it's written in caps, all caps. So here in the status, it will show that caps lock, so these sorts of data. So there are so many things to be shown on this status bar. So right click here, you can see the cell mode, flash fill black, flash fill changed cells, signatures, caps locks, fixed decimals, and many things. Whatever you want to see here, you can tick mark. If you want to see the overtype mode, then it will show tick here. So you can see many things here. So from this column, if we select these things, then in the status bar you can see that the average, count, maximum, the sum, it will show the status of this specific box. So here this one is this button, here is normal. It will show that there is a normal view. So this one is the page layout. So after clicking here, you can see that the page by page layout. This one is page break. So like page 1, page 2, from these like that. So here the zoom in and zoom out. So here is just 84%. So if you want to zoom out like this is 100%, 162. Or if you want to reduce the zooming, then it will it will show in different percentages. So there are many things here to learn in Excel. So let's go to the next class to learn more. Chapter will know about the navigation system. So here in each cell, whenever you move your cursor, so there is a big plus, whenever you navigate from cell to cell, this plus will show inside the worksheet. So in rows, this will become like an arrow in different ways, it will show the total row. So in column, if you click on column, this plus will become an downward arrow. So in the ribbon, it will be an arrow here like this. So whenever you navigate to the total workbook, the cursor effect, it will different in different places, like in sales it will be in plus, in rows arrow, in columns it will be downward arrow, in ribbon it will be another pointer arrow. So in different places the navigation shows different signs. That's all for this lecture. In this chapter I will show you the shortcut menus and mini toolbar. If you click on every cell and then right click on the mouse, you can see these options, every options in a mini toolbar, like copy, paste and everything. So here another thing is that after clicking this right clicking on the mouse, at the right side, the for cut there is the keyboard shortcut command is also written. So for cut, the keyboard shortcut command is Command X, Command C for copy, Command V for paste, Command V for paste special. So from this mini toolbar, you can learn about the keyboard shortcut also. So that's all for this lecture. Let's go to the next lecture. In this lecture, I will show you how to create a new workbook. So it's very simple. You can create a new workbook in different ways, like from file, you can go file and then click new, and there will be a new workbook will appear. So you can create a new book like keyboard shortcut command here in Mac is command capital N, then it's new workbook. Or also you can go from here from Excel, new from template, you can go from here. Or you can also use, like you can use any template, or you can go in different ways, like from the keyboard shortcut command you can go directly to the file options, and then you can go from here. You can see many built-in templates that are very interesting and graphically very presentable. So if you want to create one from this template, you can go from here, just click any template and just fill the things built in options, and then fill your data and it will create like this. So for creating new workbook, we can go in different ways. So very popular is file and then new. That's all, or command capital N in Mac. That's all for this lecture. So what's the difference between save and save as? So for a new document, I will always suggest this to save in save as mode, like whenever you click on file, then you see the save and save as. So the difference between save as and save is that on save as you can, determine the file format. Like here you can determine the which file format are you interested to save. And also suppose that you want to save this same file in another name and update to another way, so you can change on save as, then just say click save button. So on save button, only clicking save, that this will save the updates to the existing files. So if you want to modify and create a new file or new document or any other format, then save as is the perfect way. So for new documents, I will always say that click on the save as and check the which format you want to save, and then click on the save button. So for the existing worksheet, if you want to make an update and then save it, then just file and click on the save. That's all for this lecture. In this lecture, we'll know about the formula bar. So here, if we see that the under the ribbon, below the ribbon, these fx. So this space is called the formula bar. Here is the formula bar. So whenever you click on some number, so if it follows any formula, then here it will show. So here 6780 doesn't follow any formula and it's a number only. Then it shows only 6780. So here if you click on this figure, this profit, this follows a formula that is E17 minus E18. So it will be shown here in the formula bar. So if you click here, this figure, this formula will be shown here. So if you want to check whether if it goes, the figure follows any formula or it's falls into any formula, then just click on the number or the sale, and then you can see the formula here in the formula bar. That's all for this lecture. In this chapter, we'll know how to create very simple formulas on Excel. So here, like, first of all, we'll look at the subtraction. So here, sales and expenses. So from sales, if we deduct expenses, then we'll get the profit. So how will we calculate that one? So in simple calculator, we will subtract the figure, but here in Excel, whenever you write any formula, it will be started with the equal sign. So first you click on the equal sign. So after that, just here it is a very simple formula. I will show different techniques in different other classes. So here go to the sale address. Like here, whenever you click E17, that the sales figure, then after equal, this one will be shown here. So after that, the formula will be the E17 minus E18. So from sales, you will deduct the expense figure. So after that, we click on the minus sign, and after that we click on expenses figure. So it will show here, the E17 minus E18. So after that, you just click on the enter, you will find the profit figure. So this is very simple way of subtracting. So here we'll know about the addition or summation. So if we want to add the sales figure here from January to December, so how will we calculate the total? So here in Excel, under the formulas, there are many functions, many formula functions you can look up here. So now we'll look at the how to calculate the summation. So after the clicking on the equal, just click on the SUM. So you don't write the full SUM. After clicking on the S, then you will get the sum. Then just click on the mouse pointer, click with the mouse pointer on the sum, then you will get a bracket or parenthesis. Then just click from left or right whatever cells you want to add. From here, just click until here. You can get the from B5 to M5. You will subtract all. Then just click enter. So you can get the total figure here. So this is the very simple way of adding. So just I'm replying again, then you will get it very easily. First you click on the equal sign and then SUM, just click on S, then you get SUM, then just click with the mouse pointer this one, and then you click on the cell you want to add, and then after that just in the below down here, just drag the cell up to here, here, up to here, and then just click enter. You get the total figure within a fraction of seconds. Now we'll learn about the calculating the averages. So here, what will be the average? So if we divide total figure by 12, then we'll get the average. So how will we get the average? So before creating any formula, always remember that you have to click on equal sign. So after clicking on the equal sign, if we click on the cell that will be divided by 12, then N5, then division is, here this sign, then divide by 12. So after that, you just click enter and you will get the average. So here, equal, and then click on the cell and 6, then division by 12, divided by 12. So you will get the average within a very few seconds. Now we learn how to copy a formula. So in Excel, it is very easy to automate your work. So here in this figure, we can see that we have to subtract expenses from sales figure. So here in this next cell, the formula will be the same. Here in this cell, the formula will be the same. So my question is, do we need to put the formula again and again? No. Here is the trick. So you click on this figure. So go to the right side down here. You can see that the bottom right side, the small plus, and then just drag it to the cells. It will automatically put the formula. So here in this figure, we can see that the formula here, F7 minus F18. So here in this figure, we can see the formula here, G17 minus G18. So for like this, here is the summations or additions. So from here, if we click on the bottom right, you will see that the small icon, and then if we drag from here to here, it will automatically show you the results. You don't need to put the formulas again and again. Like this here, the average. So go to the bottom right side, drag it from here to here, or on all the cells, you'll see the results within a fraction of seconds. So it's very easy to work with Excel. So let's go to the next lecture. In this lecture, we'll learn how to calculate the year-to-date total. So here the total profit for January is this figure. So in February, the total profit will be the profit for January and plus the profit for February. So how will we calculate this one? So after calculating, clicking on the equal sign, and then sum, and then we have to click on the cell that we want to add, and then plus, then these. After that, you click on the enter. So this amount will be the total profit till February. So if we want to get this type of formula, the same formula in March, then just click on the bottom right. When you see the small plus, then just drag till here, then you will get this figure automatically. So like this, you will be able to generate many formulas these are the very basics of Excel. So in the next lecture, we will show how to calculate the percentage change. In this lecture, we will know how to calculate the percentage change. So here from January to February to March, we have seen the year to date change profit and profit from different months. So if we want to know the percentage change of the profit, how much the percentage changes, then we have to calculate, from different figures. So in many times you have to calculate the percentage change of the profit. So if we want to know the how much the profit changes, so we have to calculate from these three figures, from profit figures. So the profit for January was this figure, profit for February was that figure. So if we calculate that, the percentage change, the equal, and then we have to, subtract from, just here, then you click on the cell F19, then minus this cell is E19, then close the bracket. Always remember that whenever you work in these way, like calculating percentage change and where there are more than one calculations is involved, it's very important to put the bracket or parenthesis. So here, the after that you have to divide it by E19. So divide it by E19, then you can see the percentage here is the minus 0.882. So after that, here you put on the under the home menu, you can find the percentage icon. So you click on that. So the profit falls to minus 88%. So here, if you want to know the percentage change in March, then just go to the bottom right here corner. After showing the small plus, just drag it here, and then you can see the percentage changes. Very sorry for my low pace for this lecture. So let's go to the next lecture. So under the formula menu, there are many functions. So the functions you are interested to work, it is very easy to find. So first I'm going here. So under financial section, you can see these functions. So almost all financial functions are listed here. So under the math function, math and trig, here you can see the functions listed here. So if you are interested to work for a function that, like suppose you are interested to work the function db, so you don't need to go to that sections to find that one. So just click on equal sign and then just click on the letter D, and you can find the functions with D, all the functions with D. And here you can see the function db. Just click here, then you can work with this function. So like this, you can work the functions as you like. So the functions that serves your purpose. In this lecture, we'll learn about the fonts. So here, by clicking in any cell, by clicking here like this cell, you can know the which font is used. Here by clicking here, we can know that here the font is Calibri body. So if you want to change the font, just click here, and then you can change font in different fonts. Like these different names of the font is here. So you can change the font from by clicking in any cells and any sentences or any words, that you go back to the previous font. And after that, if you want to change the size of the fonts, like these are the different sizes, so click on the cells that you want to change the size. Then here you can change the sizes in different ways. I'm just showing you like the wise one. So after that, in this lecture we'll learn about the row height and column width. So how will you change the height and width of rows and columns? So first, if you want to change the width of a column, then just you can go to the upper right of a column, and then whenever you see this sign, just click and drag from here to here. Then the column width will be bigger than before. Same way you can make it smaller than before. So if you want to increase the height of a row, just go to the select the row, and then after that when you see the arrow that is showing moving down, then just drag here, and then the height will increase. It's the same way whenever you just point out here, and then you can decrease the size. If you want the rows and column to be best fit, then just go to the upper left here, select it, and click any boundaries in the column. Double click any boundaries of any column, and then after double clicking, it's showing the best fit. Now it looks very professional. All the columns and rows are arranged in such a professional way that it looks very excellent. Now I will teach you how to merge cells. Sometimes we need to merge the cells. So you select the cells, like you select cells from A25 to H25, and then you want to merge and make it center, and just go to the home, and then here you will see the merge and center. Just click here, and then it will be merged. Here in this chapter we'll learn about the font coloring and toggle buttons. So here's the like hang tag, so you want to color it. So how to color it? Just select it, and then here from theme colors you can change into different colors. So here I can choose this color and it will change. So if you want to change in, like, select it and then choose the color you want. So if you want to change this data, select it and select the colors that you want, and it all will change. So here are some toggle buttons like bold, italics, underline. So if you want to make a data bold, click, then this will be bold, and after that again this will be the previous one. So same here, if you want to make it italic, then it will be like this, and after the clicking again it will be back again. If you want to underline, then you just select and click, and then again it will deselect. So here you can use these buttons for and format your fonts. Now we will learn about text alignment and text wrapping. So we can align text in different ways. So after selecting the text here in different alignments, you can choose from here the middle alignment, left alignment. So you can align by clicking in different toggle buttons here. So just make it like this. For this, just you can align it in different ways. So for numbers, my recommendation is not to choose any alignments. For numbers, Excel is automatically put your numbers in such a way that it looks great. So if you don't like it, then you can also align your numbers, but it's recommended not to align your numbers. Now I will teach you how to wrap your text. So text wrapping. So suppose you are writing something like, you know, a big sentence. So sales of August. So here you can see that this writing is goes to the another column. So if you want to wrap this in the same column, so you can select this writing and then just choose wrap text. Then it will be like this. It will be like this here in the one column. The height of the row will change, but the writing will be visible in one column. So here in this lecture we have learned about the text alignment and text wrapping. So another alignment I'm now teaching you this here, this like suppose you want to change it to clockwise or anti-clockwise. So if you just chose the cells that you want to work with, and then just click here this toggle button AB, just orientation AB with this arrow button. So just click here and you can see that the angle counterclockwise, angle clockwise. So if you want to make it clockwise, then this will be changed. So if you want to make it angle counterclockwise, then these numbers will change like this. So you can align in different ways. You can align in the text and numbers in different ways. So here are the most commonly used alignments used in Excel. In this lecture, we'll know how to put borders. So here, suppose we need to put borders in these status to make it distinctive. So after selecting this data, the right hand side of underline, we can see the icon for boxes. Here in the right, clicking the right side, you can see different types of borders that you can use. So here we are using the thick box border. So after clicking this thick box border, this data, it's differentiated by this border. So you can use different types of border from this icon. So here you can also customize your border, so by line style, line color, or if you want to use more borders, then by clicking more borders you can select from here, and from different styles, different colors in the border, and you can customize it by your own wish. So by clicking in this border icon, we can use borders whatever we want to use those. Now let's look at the numeric and special formatting. So in some numbers, sometimes we need to put something. So suppose you need to put dash or some phone numbers to put brackets in each number. So it's difficult to put dashes or numbers in each time. So it will kill our time. So here in Excel, you can format numeric and numeric numbers in special ways. So here, from after clicking the right clicking, you can see here the format cells. So from here you can format it in different ways. Like here, different options are here for number formatting, like general, then number. Here it's given the sample. So for currencies, it's given the samples like this. So for like special, here you can use special for formatting tools here. So from here, suppose this is a social security number, then there will be dashes here. So if you put OK, then this will be the, if you just put here, then this will be the dash here inside the data or number. So very easily by selecting all, and here I'm showing you again format cells, and then you choose whatever you want and special, like I'm choosing the social security number, then okay, then you see the difference. So within a click, every every numeric format has been changed. So now I'm showing you another thing. Here is a sales figure. So if I want to see the dollar sign, so you can select all the figures here. I'm selecting all the figures here, and I want to see the dollar. So from here you can see the accounting number format. By clicking here, you can see the English dollar, English United Kingdom, Chinese. So we want to see the English pound sign here or English dollar sign here. So after clicking the sign, all the data, there is dollar. So within a single click, you can change or format thousands of data. So it's a very interesting place to organize. It's an interesting software, interesting application to organize your data in more professional ways without killing your valuable time. So let's go to the next lecture. This lecture will know how to format dates and numbers. So here we're selecting some dates. So in some countries, dates are written like month, day, year. In some countries, day, month, year. In different countries, different ways we read dates and times in some cases. So here, if we want to format dates and times, so it's very easy in Excel. So just click here, select the dates, or before writing the dates, you select there whatever you wish. I'm selecting these dates, and first I'm showing the shortcut way. Like first you go there, here you can choose from here date and number formats. So here we can see that the long dates, short date. So if we want to write in long dates, then we can click here on the long date, then all the dates here will be changed to the long dates automatically. So here again, if we click on the short date, then all the things will be in shorter formats. So come here to the numbers. So numbers go from here to the right side of the wrap text, and then whatever format we want to see the number. So here we can see that the numbers, so we can just choose here and we can see that the after fraction there is 2 digits. So we can format dates and numbers from this step. So now I'm showing the other ways of changing dates and formatting dates and numbers. So from clicking the right button of the mouse, right click on your mouse, then you just select format cells. So after selecting format cells, we can see that there are many ways of writing dates and times. So if we select these formats like here, then we click OK, then you see that the entire dates have changed. So in many ways you can change and format dates and times. So from here we can also go from here from format options, then go to the format cells, and then you change by years, like special ways I have shown already. So numbers, you can change the way you want to see the numbers. you know you can format in different ways, whatever you like. In this lecture, we'll learn about conditional formatting. Here, under the home menu, we can see conditional formatting here. So after right clicking here on the conditional formatting, we see the highlight cells, rows, then greater than, less than, between, equal to, text that contains blah blah blah, many sorts of more rules. So here, top and bottom rules, data bars, color skills. So to present your data in more effective ways, so that it becomes easy to understand to the management or to the viewers, then this conditional formatting is very very important. So first I am displaying this from these numbers I'm choosing. So here I'm choosing the highlight cells rules greater than. So we want to see the cells that are greater than, suppose, 900. So after writing 900 here, after clicking OK, then we can see all the values more than 900 in highlighted options. So here, Command Z or Control Z in Windows. So Command Z in Mac and Control Z in Windows. So I'm going to the previous OS. So now I'm displaying you another conditional formatting, like using data bars. So I'm here, I'm choosing only this column and I will use data bars here. So I'm using this data bar here. So we can see from this data bar very easily that which data contains more and which one contains less values from this data bar. So here I'm using another conditional formatting, like you can set icons, you can set different icons. So suppose you are using this column and you want to set different icons or color scales. Suppose you want to see these icons here. So here, sometimes it's very easy to understand or to point something with these icons to the viewers or to the management. So you can manage rules from the conditional formatting. You can create new rule, clear rules, icon set, color scale, you can put color scales, so many things from this amazing workspace that is Microsoft Excel. So you can present and display your information in various graphical ways, so that it becomes very easy for the viewers or the decision makers. That's all for today's. Now we'll learn about inserting tables. So by selecting any cells of the worksheet, we can insert a table. So from menu bar, we can go from here to insert and then insert table. So after clicking here, this dialog box will come, and then just click OK. Then within a very fractions of second, you can see that a very nice table has appeared. So you can change the design of this table by clicking here. So you can see many designs here, light, medium, dark, whatever you want. So I'm choosing here the medium table. So you see that it has been changed. So from here, we can see that there are many filtering options here in each column. So you can filter or clear filter from each column very easily. So it is very nice to choose different designs of tables, So in Excel, there are many options, many interesting ways to present your data, to enjoy your work, to present your work in such a way that looks very professional. So that's all for this lecture. In this lecture, we'll show how to use shapes and insert visual pictures and smarter. So from menu bar, we'll go to the insert option, and then we click on the shape, right hand side of the shape, and then we can see different shapes, many shapes. So if we want to use that oval shape, then click on this shape, and if we want to just go here, drag here, then we can see the shape here. So after that, we'll format this shape. So I'm using the from shape fill. You can change the fill color on different ways. I'm choosing no fill, then this will appear. So after clicking on this shift and drag, after that you click shift and drag. So here you can see that this data 1230 and 780 is differentiated by this shape. So we can use different shapes here in Excel. Now I will show you how to insert pictures. So under this insert menu, you see this picture icon. So from this picture icon, you can choose picture either from your photo browser or from picture from the file. So from this file, we can choose pictures from here. So I'm choosing this dollar sign and then inserting. So when I am inserting here, so this dollar sign has appeared. So by clicking and dragging, by clicking on the shift icon, we can resize and drag from different places. So wherever you want to see any picture, I'm showing very basic things. So after you become an expert, then you can use different pictures on different sales wherever you want to see them. In this lecture, we'll know about the smart art, how to insert smart art. So from menu bar, go to the insert, and here you can see the smart art icon. So here you can see different smart art options like list, process, cycle, relationship. So I am using this relationship. By clicking here, you can get this smart art here. So by clicking on the text, you can edit it whatever you want to see. So here we can see we will type anything whatever you want to. So I'm typing Udemy here, so it will be automatically put here inside this arrow. So here if we put it like instructor, then it will be put up here. So by this way, from insert then smart art, you can insert any smart art in your worksheet, and then you will format it as you wish. In this lecture, we'll know how to insert columns and rows. So if we want to insert a new column, so here in Excel, it's slightly different. So if you insert a column or row, so for inserting column, this column will be in the left side. So here first we will insert a new column. So we are selecting this F column and then right click on the mouse, and then from this here we will select insert. After clicking insert, a new column, this will be the F column in the left side. So here we have known that how to insert a new column. We have learned how to insert a new column. Now we will insert a new row. So here we have selected this new row. So if we want to create and insert a new row, then right click here and then insert. Then we'll see that there is an entirely new row here in this worksheet. In this lecture, we'll know how to shift rows and columns. So for first time, I'm showing you shifting the rows. Just you select this row, and after that, here in Mac, you see this handhold sign. Then after that, you click shift and drag, and then You can see that this row has been shifted to 17th row. So now we'll learn about how to shift column. So here we have selected this G column. So whenever you see this handhold sign, and then you click shift and then drag from here to here, so we can see that this column has been shifted. And now we'll learn another way. So here we have clicked the cell here, and then we'll click insert. So we can see that if you want to shift the cells or the columns or row, then you can see that you can shift the cell to the down or right. So we have selected the shifting cells down. So after clicking OK, the cell will have been shifted to the down. So if we click again to insert, and if we want to shift the cells right, then we will click here and then OK. Then the cell will be shifted to the right. Hiding rows and columns. So suppose you want to hide a column or row. So here we have selected this column H and want to hide the column. So you just right click on the mouse, and then you see here the hide one, and after hiding, the hided column here, the line will be something like a bolded line or a border. You can see this line. So if you want to unhide this one, just go here and double click here, and then it will be unhided this column. So for this row, the same way, just click right, and then you can see here this hide option, and after that double clicking here, it will be unhide it again. So this way you can hide and unhide. So suppose while working you are hiding, and you cannot hide or unhide the rows and column, but in the print preview I will show how to see the print preview. So in print preview, the hide it column and rows is not hidden, and in print option this column is not hidden, so it will be print the way you have written. So that's all for this lecture. Here in this lecture we will learn about the moving, copying and inserting data. So these are very simple ways. So suppose you want to copy this cell or this data, so just from right click and then click copy, and then here you paste, then it will be copied here. The same way we can copy, and then we can move. For moving data, so we can select it, shift, click shift, and when you see the handhold icon, then you can just move it from here to there. So these are very simple ways. Now we'll look at the printing options. So here, before printing any workbook, you need to see the print preview. So here in Excel, in MacBook, so you can go to the file menu and then print. Here, print. Then wait a minute. Then you can see the print preview here. So after that, you can also go from the quick access toolbar here from print, and you can see the print preview, and you can set here the printer you set. So from here you can set the different options like 2 pages print, or you can see here multiple many pages. So my page is 2 page 1, then you can see the other pages. So for basic printing, just go to the file and then click print. Before printing, see the print preview, because in Excel it is different to print from other office softwares like Word or Access. So in Excel, before printing, you have to make sure that whether it's okay or not. In this lecture, we'll know about the page layout. So here in the menu bar, under there's a menu called page layout. Under the page layout, you can see many icons like themes, colors, margins, orientation, size, print area, bricks, background, print titles, page setup, and many more. Print page layout. So here, if you want to print it on landscape, then you can set it here on by clicking the landscape. Or from portrait, you can set margins, normal, wide, narrow, or you can set sizes. You can set print area here, print area, set print area, Oh, I have to select it in the total print area, then you set the print area. So look what mistake I did. First I selected a single cell, then the command shows me that I have to select an area. Then I've selected this print area, then I have to show the print preview from here. So print title, so here I can see the page setup. So on page setup, we can set pages like page, margins, header, footer, sheet, and in many options as you like or as your purpose. Like if you want to put grid lines, then you can tick here. Draft quality, then you can tick here. Many options. So on the status bar, you can also see page layout. So here by clicking on this, you can see the page layout. Here it's clear that on page 1 you will see this area, on page 2 you will see this area. So from page layout, you can set your page for print or for your further use, for download, to make it PDF. So go to the page layout and select the options that serves your purpose. After checking everything, what you have to do is to print the final document. So after checking the print preview page layout, you have to print. So you can print it from file and then print here and then click here for print, or you can go to the quick access toolbar and just click here for print. Click here and you can see the page and you can print. So after clicking the print, it will be printed on your printer. That's all in the printing section. So now we are going to start a new section, that's charts. So here in Excel, creating charts or visual presentation is very easy and is very effective for the presentation of your data, for the decision making for future, or decision making taking consideration of the previous event. So here, if we want to make a chart for these data, so we can go from menu bar, from insert, and then here you can see different type of charts. So here it's a very effective tool, that is recommended charts. So here they have already made these recommendations. So whatever best ways to present you data, whatever serves, which chart serves your purpose, then you can choose from this recommended chart. So here I'm choosing this chart. So from here, you know, it's built-in option. So within a fractions of second, you can make a chart from insert chart options. So in the next lecture, we'll learn more about charts. Here in this lecture, I will show you how to change the chart types. So by selecting this chart, you can, so after selecting it, you can see that you have realized that, oh no, this chart is not serving my purposes. I need to change this chart for a better visualization, for better decision making, for better presentation. So here you can change the chart type. So from clicking here in this button, you can change the different chart types like line charts, pie charts, hierarchy, statistical, XY, waterfall, combo, and many more ways. So I'm changing this column chart to line chart. So I'm selecting this one. So by clicking here, within a very fraction of seconds, this chart type has been changed to a line chart. So this is amazing to work with Excel. So in the next lecture, we'll learn another tips from creating charts. In this lecture, we'll learn about the formatting charts. So here, by clicking on format option, formatting charts, so here we can change the titles of the charts. So by double clicking on the title, so if we want to change the title and we're changing it like sales figures or sales for 2018, here 3 months, January to Jan to March, like this. So very easily we can change the title. So by this way we can format the chart. So here I am showing you that how will you move the chart. So by clicking here and dragging the chart, you can move from here to there, so anywhere you want in this worksheet. In this lecture, we'll learn about how to design your chart. So here in the menu bar, we can see that there is a option for chart design. After clicking on this, you can see there are many designs of this chart. So by clicking any designs, you can change the design. So I am clicking here, this design has been changed into a black background. So you can change here from this, like that. You can change in different ways. You can change your designs. So very easily you can change the designs of the charts. So if I would say that in manually, if you wanted to create those graphs, it will take hours of time. So it is very, very important to be efficient and productive in your daily life. So by knowing these uh, Excel options, by knowing these things from Excel, you can be able to be more efficient, more productive in your work. And by creating these sorts of graphical data, you can take your decisions properly. You can take wise decisions, calculative decisions for the betterment of the company or your personal life or any things you want to do by creating these sorts of charts. So that's all for this lecture. Creating charts with spark lines is also possible here in Excel. So in this lecture, we'll know how to create spark lines. So we are selecting this data for creating the spark lines. So from here, from insert options, we can go here and we can see the spark line options. So by clicking on the spark line, so whatever you want, so you can select lines, columns, win or loss, these kinds of spark lines. So I am selecting here the column. So after that, this dialog box will come and you have to select where to place your spark lines. So you click here and then after selecting this column, it's automatically filled up in this box, and by after clicking just OK, you can see the spark lines, like column based spark lines. So from here you can change the sparkline colors. I'm changing this. Oh, it was before that. So I'm changing these colors, marker color. You can change the styles of the spark lines. You can format or design the spark lines as you wish. By knowing everything in Excel, you will be an expert on data processing or presenting your data. So that's all for this section. In this lecture, I will show you how to freeze and unfreeze panes. So sometimes in a big worksheet, you need to, like, suppose you are scrolling down this data. So on the top row, you need to know the headlines or titles on the top row or the first column. So by scrolling down, we are not seeing any data. So by this technique, we can keep this data whatever we want to freeze, and every time we scroll down right or left, then this data will show, and we will be able to put our data very systematically. So to freeze or unfreeze that data, we need to go to the view menu, and here we can see the freeze pane. So if we click here like freeze top row, then this top row will be freeze. So whenever you scroll down your mouse or data in the worksheet, this top row will be visible, and it will be very easy to put this data. So by this way, you can also freeze the first column by clicking here on the click first column. This column will be freeze. So if you scroll to the right, and then this first column will be visible. You go right and left, and this first column will be visible. So to unfreeze the panes, you just need to go to the view and then click unfreeze panes. Sometimes we need to split data, or split the cells or rows. So how to split rows or columns? So now if we suppose we need to split from here, and we want to see the upper data but do not want to see the lower data moving. So here we've clicked here on this A5 cell, and then from view menu we will go to the view menu, and then we'll click split. So after that, we have seen that there is a big like gray border. So here we can see that there is two scroll bars. One is here, one is there. So when we scroll down the upper sided data, then the lower sided data from A5 is not moving. You can see here. So when we click on this scroll bar, we can see the data from the lower part from A5, is moving, but the upper sided one is not moving. So here we'll show another way. So now we will show this column way. So we can choose any column, and then if we click on split, then we will be able to see these two scroll bars here. So we can see, and we can move one side data from one side, and the other side will be static. So in this way, we'll be able to split our screen or split our workbook or worksheet in horizontal and vertical ways. In this lecture, we will see how to rename a worksheet. So here in the bottom, this this here we can see the name of the worksheet. So here the name is a simple spreadsheet. So I will change the name here. So here after clicking right, we can see the rename. So after renaming here, we can change the name, and I am changing the name Udemy training. So this is the new name of this worksheet. So here we have created and we have renamed the worksheet. In the next lecture we will show how to insert and delete worksheet. Now we'll know how to insert new worksheet. So here at the bottom we can see that the name of this worksheet is Udemy training. So here we can see a plus button. So after clicking we can create a new sheet. So I'm clicking here. Now we can see a new sheet. So here the sheet name is sheet 10. So I have 9 working sheets. So whenever you click on this plus in your sheet, it will be sheet 2. So if you click another plus, then it will be sheet 11. Then it will be sheet 12. So by this way, so if you want to rename the name of the sheet, just click rename, and like previous lecture, you will change, like here I am writing student. So the name of the sheet will be changed here. So here we can change. So now I will show you how to delete a worksheet. So if you want to delete a worksheet, just click here and you can see that the delete option, just click delete, then the student sheet will be deleted like this. I'm showing again. So you will click here on the above the sheet you want to delete, and then right click and then just click delete. The sheet will be deleted like this. You can insert and delete new worksheet in your workbook. In this lecture we will learn how to move and copy worksheets. So here the worksheet is Udemy training. So we want to move this worksheet. So by clicking and dragging from here to rightward, if we want to move here, then after clicking, this worksheet will come here. So if we want to move it here, then it will be moved to the right side. So if we want to move it again to the back of the previous position, then we have moved it here. So by this way you can move the worksheets. So now I will show you how to copy a worksheet. So here by right clicking on the worksheet, you can see here move or copy. So by clicking here, you just need to, if you want to copy it, just tick mark here on create a copy and then click OK. Then this worksheet will be copied. Now we'll look at a very mighty functions on Excel, that is if function. So if functions is used for different reasons. So one of the main reasons, like sometimes we need to have some conditions for calculation. Suppose we need to pay commission to the salesmen for their performance. So I have said that to my salesperson that if the sales goes higher than 15,000, then I will pay 5% commission on the total sales, but the sales must be more than or equal 15,000. So this is a condition to the salespeople. So how will we put these types of conditions? So by using if function, we can easily calculate these sorts of conditions. So here we can see that the here in this column all the total sales. So our condition is that if the sale is more than 15,000, then the salespersons will get a 5% commission. So we have to put this function, this formula here. So by clicking on equal sign and then write if, so after clicking on I, then it comes. So if, here, then the condition you will put the condition like this N2, like this total N2 is greater than, so here we put this greater than or equal 15,000. So here we have seen that if the logical test that this N2 total is greater than or equal 15,000, then the value, if true, then we will pay 5% commission. So here we will write that 5% times commission of N2. So if this is true, 15,000 or more than sales, then we'll pay the commission of 5%. And then if it is wrong, that means if it is below than 15,000, then we will give them no commission. So this will be 0. So after that, you don't need to put bracket or parenthesis. So it is automated in Excel. So after that, after putting all these below, you just click enter. Then you can say that here in this cell, the salesman will get $970.5 of commissions. By clicking here, by putting this if function, we have been able to calculate these sorts of conditions. So by clicking here on the right side bottom and then dragging, we can calculate all the commissions. So we can see here that 5,430, there is no commission here. So 13,837, there is no commission here also. So the commission here is, this sale is more than 15,000, this sale is more than 15,000. So here we have calculated these commissions. So by working like this, we can be able to calculate the conditions using if functions. That's all for this lecture. Now here we will look at the VLOOKUP. So VLOOKUP is more like if functions, but here it is more specific. So in if functions, we have seen that there is a condition for specific conditions. So for VLOOKUP is you have to, suppose you set a benchmark that for 1,000 sales, the commission rate is 5%, for 5,000 and 5,000 sales is 3% commission, for $10,000 sales is 2% commission. So from this table, so how will we calculate the exact amount of commissions that should be paid? So like the commissions, so for we are expecting that from these total sales we will calculate the percentage of commissions in different sales. We will see the percentage of commissions from this benchmark. So here in the commission rate, here we have seen that we have set a benchmark, like for 5,000 is 3% commission, for 10,000 is 2%. So here now we will look at the VLOOKUP function, that from this table how easily we can get this commission rate here in this column. So now we are going here, clicking equal and then clicking V. So after clicking V, then it's VLOOKUP is here, and then we'll put the formula here, this cell n2, that is lookup value. So n2, after that you click on the comma. So this total will be compared from this table array. So we have to select this table. From now I've select this table, and then after we'll put comma, and now we'll put the column index. Column index is in which column the result is. Like in previous we have learned this, the name of this column is R, but here we have to put the column number is 2, so the result is in column 2. So we'll put this column error 2, and then we'll put enter. So now we have seen that here we'll get the commission will be 2%. So after that, if we want to calculate all the commissions, then just go to the right side down and drag your mouse, so you will get the commissions, different commissions for different cells from the benchmark table. So it's very easy to calculate these sorts of data in Excel. Here in this lecture, we'll know about some sorts of security and protections in Excel. Sometimes we create some data or some results or some numbers that needs to be controlled access, so that nobody can change your data. So here in Excel, like almost every worksheet is sort of locked. So first of all, you have to select the worksheet and then click right and then go format cells. So here you uncheck this locked option, then click OK. So this worksheet is unlocked. So here, suppose I want this column to be locked, and these people or subordinates will not be able to change the figures from this column. So here I've selected this one, and I'm clicking on format cells. So after that, in the protection, we'll go to the protection and we'll click on the locked option. After clicking the lock, we'll click OK. Then people will not be able to change the figures here in this column. So by this way, you can lock any cell, any column, or any rows by selecting that specific row, column, or cell, and then right click format cells and then lock, the way I have shown. In the next lecture, we will show how to protect your worksheet. What happens after locking or protecting this data? So here in the previous lecture, we have locked this column. So here I'm trying to change, so I can't change here, it's all locked. So nobody can change this data. So now I will show you how to protect your worksheet. So you want your worksheet to be protected and to be protected by password or some other options set by you. So here from review menu, you go to the protect sheet and you put a password here. So I'm using a password here. So I will verify the password again, and always try to remember your password. Do not forget your password. So I am verifying my passwords, and here you tick on the things that you want your subordinates or the person that put the password to be changed. So here you select locked cells. If you tick mark, then they will be able to select the locked cells. So if you uncheck this option, then they will not be able to click on that, select the locked cells. So here I have checked the select unlocked cells. So here after selecting this one, your subordinates or the persons then they will be able to select the unlocked cells. So by using this option, you can have a control on yourself that whatever things you want your subordinates to be done or cannot be accessed. So here you put the tick marks on the things that you do not that you want your subordinates or other person to be accessed. So if you whatever you do not want, then you just uncheck the buttons, like this: check, uncheck, check, uncheck. Then your worksheet will be protected. After that, you just click OK. In this lecture, I will teach you how to protect a workbook. So to protect a workbook, you just need to go to the review menu here in the review and then click protect workbook. So after clicking the protect workbook, you need to give a password. Sometimes the password doesn't need it, like it says that it's optional, but keeping this workbook secured or protected, it's better to put a password and do not forget the password, because when you open it, then they will ask for the password. So I'm giving a password and then verifying the password and then click OK. So this workbook is now protected. Now I will teach you how to share your workbook. So sharing workbook is very easy here in Microsoft Excel. So in the menu bar, go to the share option here. So whenever you need to share your workbook with your colleagues or with anybody that you want, then just click the share, and then here is the name option. So place you want to share, so place. If you want to share through OneDrive or any drive, then it will be shown. So if you click other, then if you had any preferred place, then add a place like OneDrive, SharePoint, OneDrive for Business, or any other cloud sources that you want to share this worksheet. It will appear. Then you need to click that and then share it. Just click and then you need to upload. So by this way you can share your workbook. So you can also add a copy as an email attachment. So here I'm clicking the upload, I'm showing you again, send a copy, and then you just click here, and then there will be some options like you can share it through Outlook, through mail, messages, AirDrop, or also notes, and many more options you will get. So whatever options you like, you just need to click and then send a copy. In this lecture, I will teach you how to sort the data. So sorting data, by sorting, if you want to sort the data, you can go from home menu, and then here is the sort and filter option. So you can also sort data from data option. So here is another way of sorting data. So I'm using the home button first. So you can go from both places, from data or from home menu. So here I am selecting this data, or you can select it Control A or Command A. So here how you want to sort your data, like sort smallest to largest or sort largest to largest, or custom sort. You can sort custom way, whatever you want by column, rows. So I'm sorting out from smallest to largest, and then I will, after clicking the smallest, I'm clicking here now, sort smallest to largest, and then you can see that the all things are sorted from smallest to largest. So now I'm clicking here, I'm clicking like short, short, largest to smallest. I'm clicking, then it has been largest to smallest, changed to largest to smallest. So by this way you can sort your data. This is an interesting lecture. So here in this lecture, I will teach you how to subtotal different departments or different portions options. So here, suppose you want to have a subtotal from different departments. Here I have listed the HR department and accounts department, and you want to know what is the subtotal for HR department, what is the subtotal for accounts department. And it is very important when you take decisions from department to department, and if you evaluate the performance of different departments. So here at first we need to select the data, and then from the data menu we will from the data menu we'll go to the subtotal options. So here there will be some options to fill in. So here in this dialog box you can see that at each change in department name salary, so here we want the at each change in department, so department wise total, and then add subtotal to. So when you want to add the subtotal to, so here we want to add the subtotal to the under salary. So after clicking here, so you can click the page break between groups. So I don't need this one. So replace current subtotals and summary below data. So after filling in this dialog box, you just click on the OK button, and then within a fraction of second you can get the subtotals for here. I can show you the subtotal for HR total is 26,600, and the subtotal for accounts is 16,900. By this way you can take critical decisions or department wise decisions, and you can evaluate performance very easily. In this lecture, I will teach you how to filter data. So for sometimes you need to see some specific data. You don't want to see other data. Like for me, now I'm interested to see only the data related to HR department. So how will I filter this data? So you can go to the data and then go to the data and click filter, or you can go to the home menu and click sort and filter. From both ways you can filter this data. So I'm clicking on the data menu, and then I'm clicking on the filter option. So here you can see the filtering option has been appeared, and from this button you can click. So first of all I will deselect all, and then I will select the column that I want to see filtered in. So I only want to see the people from HR department. So I'm clicking here in this HR department, and you can see the worksheet. It's only showing the people from HR department. So by this way you can filter data. So after filtering, just click the clear option, and then the previous worksheet will be appeared on your workbook. In this lecture, I will teach you how to split data in multiple columns. Sometimes we need to split data in multiple columns. Like we need to, here we are seeing that there are the names of different people. So we need to separate the names in first and last name. So here we need to separate it. Sometimes surname and first name to divide these options. So here we will select these names, and then we'll go to the data menu, and then you can see that there is option called text to column. So you click here, so you can see that the delimited, sorry. So here you click next option. So here I will choose the space option. So after clicking the space, you can see that the names has been separated in two columns, and in the first name and surname. So here we'll click next, and then we can see that the general, and it's a detailed preview to check it again. So just click here finish, and you can see that the names has been separated in two columns. So here we can see that the first name or here the surname. So by clicking from different options, you can divide the data in different columns so that you can take decisions, or you can separate it for your own purpose. Sometimes we might want to remove the duplicate items. Many people uses these excels in an organization, so one or two information might come two or three times, and that there is a possibility of duplicating the data. So here we can see that there are some data like here in from this row 18. So we can see that there are some person's name here, and the same data are from row 23 to 26. So here we need to remove this duplicate. So how will we remove this duplicated data? So here I will select this data, this worksheets data, and we'll go to the data option, data menu, and then we will select remove duplicates. So by after selecting that, we will here, if you don't want to remove duplicates from any column, you will uncheck, or if you want to remove duplicates from all the columns, then you will select all. After that you click OK. So now here you will get an alert that 4 duplicate values found and removed, 21 unique values remain, and then you will click OK. Then you will see that there is no duplicated data in your worksheet. So in this way, you will be able to remove your duplicated data. In Excel, we can analyze data in different ways. So in data analysis, goal seek is a very important thing wherever you want to analyze a data and you want to change any formula or anything you want. So here we will look at this part. So here we have, suppose this is the principal amount and our loan, the term is 55 months and the rate is 8%, and we have to pay this amount every month. This is 1309.09. So we want to calculate that how much principal do we need to pay if we want to make a payment for 1500 every month. So now we will know how to analyze data in this way. So first we will go to the data menu, and from data we'll go to the what if analysis, and then we'll click on goal seek. So here we want to change the value of this cell K7 to value, like we want to change the value is 1500. By changing which cell, like we want to change the cell, this one, like this cell, this is the K6. We want to change this cell. We want to change the principal to pay an amount of 1500. So by clicking here, now I'll click enter. So here it will come that set value K7. We have set the value from 1309 to 1500 by changing the cell. This one is cell K6. So now I will change it and click OK. So if I want to pay 1500 in the term 55, then I have to pay the principal of these amount, like 1031250. Then we will be able to pay our expected 1500. So by this way we can analyze data, we can set our goal seek from what if analysis. In this lecture, we'll learn how to use scenario manager to compare or to use different variables to get different results. So here we'll use different variables. Like for example, here we are in a concert budget, so the total cost will calculate total cost and revenue from different venues. Like if we take a venue for 250 people, we will incur the total cost of $2,900. So your talent is 800, venue rental is 500, amplification is 300, lighting is 300, ticketing 100, security 400, insurance 500, total cost is 2,900. And then I will calculate revenue. If the price of the ticket is 50, sales will be total sales, ticket sales will be this amount, merchandising from t-shirts and others will be 2,500, food and beverages will be, and total revenue will be 16,250, and we'll get profit of $13,000. So if we want to compare this, if we want to take a medium sized or more a larger venue for 1,000 people, so how will we compare these sorts of scenarios? So now I will calculate a scenario. So before calculating these scenarios, I will take the things that will be changed, that is variable. So here I am in my Mac, I'm pressing command and then the cells that we want to take as variables. Just take only the cells. Do not click on any formulas. Some of my students told me that this is one of the complicated application, but whenever you will practice again and again, it will be very simple for you. So after selecting these cells, we'll go to the data, and then from data we'll go to the what if analysis, and here you will see that the scenario manager. So now there is no scenarios defined, choose add to. So then we'll click on the plus, and then we'll give the name of this scenario is a small venue, right? And then we will create we'll check here. Already all the cells are checked, all the cells are written here, no need to edit it here. And then if you put on any comment, then you like I'm putting it estimated cost and revenues from small venue, or you can put it empty, then click OK. So here we are not going to change anything. So here we can see that the cell B4 is 250, cell B6 is 800. We are not going to change anything here. So we'll click OK, right? Then these small venues cost and revenues has been created. So now we are going to create another scenarios, and we are going to compare with the small one and that larger one. So we'll give it the name of the scenario is larger venue, and the cell name will be the same. And here we can click comment like cost and revenue from larger venue. So click OK, and then here we need to change the variable. So suppose in larger venue the seats will be 900 persons, and then we will get the on B6, this is the cost of the talent. That was for smaller one it was 800, for larger one suppose it's 1200, and then we'll keep the B7 cell is venue rental, it 900, it was 500 on smaller one. In B8, this amplification, it was 300. Now we will have more cost, like 700. On B9 cell, the lighting was 300, now we will incur 800. For V10 cell, the ticketing was 100, we'll assume that it's 200. For B11, this security, it would be higher, 700. And then we are going to B12. On B12, insurance is 500. B12 insurance is 500. Now it's 800. On B17, the ticket price will be the same. So after changing all the values, all the inputs, then we'll click OK. Then the two scenarios has been created. So for small venue, we can see the total cost will be 2,900. Total revenue will be 16,250. So just if we click on the larger venue, and if we want to see what will happen on the larger venues, just click on the show, and then you can see that all the inputs has been changed. Like the sales of this venue is venue seats is 900, talent 1200. So all the after changing will incur here, we'll incur the total cost of 5,300, and we'll incur a higher profit of 53,200, and all the values has been changed from before. So by this way, we can go to the different options. So now if we want to go back to the small venue, then we will click show, and then all the things in the small venue will be here. So by this way, we can analyze data more efficiently, and the productivity of our working with data will be increased. So that's all for this lecture. In this lecture, we'll know how to use the data table. So for many amounts, like sometimes we need to know the amount for different variables or different percentages, so that we can take critical decisions by comparing whether it will be feasible for us or not. So like here for this example, like we will borrow this $500,000 at an annual rate is 6%, and the payback period is 360 month. So what will be the monthly payment? We will put the formula here, and then for these amounts, if we borrow these like 600,000 or 800,000, then what will be the amount payable per month for different percentages? So we can calculate it within a fractions of second, just by clicking the enter. So first of all, we need to put the formula here by pressing equal in the B3 cell. Then we will put the formula PMT here, and then here the rate is B1 divided by 12 if it is the yearly interest rate, and then payback period is 360 month, and then this amount will be the 500,000. So here this will be the, if we click enter, then you need to pay $2,997.75 in every month. So if we go back and put a minus, this is showing the bracket, or because you will pay in every month. So if we put a minus before B2, then this amount will be this one. So from here, if we want to know the amount payable for different uh 100, 600,000, 800,000, 900, for different amounts, you need to select the rows and column that you want to use the data table. Then go to the data, and then from what if analysis, you select data table, and then row input cell, this will be this cell B1, and then column input cell, this will be this one. So just click within a fractions of second, you will get all the data. It is very easy to work with Excel if you know all the tricks and techniques. This lecture will learn about one of the most amazing functions on Excel, that is pivot table. With pivot table, we can analyze data. We can analyze data from a bigger list, so that it may saves our time and it helps us to take calculative decisions. So suppose here I'm giving a very simple example, but in real life, the scenario will be much more different. So here there is only 10 rows, but in real life you have to deal with hundreds of rows and columns. So here, suppose you are working in an organization that has 6,000 employees or 5,000 employees, and you need to analyze the performance of those persons. You need to analyze data from that sources. So how will you do this? Previously, it took months after months to take this source of analysis, but now with the Excel, it's very easy. Within a few seconds, you can analyze the source of data. So from here, we are seeing the salesperson's name here, the order amount, order date, order ID, product, and the countries that are being selling. So make sure that there is no empty cells and the title on the upper rows of the worksheet. So here we will select the data that we will make pivot table. So pivot table, from insert we will go to the pivot table, and pivot table here, then it will show that the range of the data, and after that we will click OK. So in a new worksheet, we will see that there is in the left side is a pivot table placeholder, in the right side there is a pivot table field. So here you can move these pivot table fields wherever you want, and then here field name. So by ticking the field names, we can sort out these data very easily. We can take calculative decisions from this data. It's amazing. So look, now we will click on the salesperson. So in the row here, it's not the column, here it's the row. Under row you can see that this is salesperson's name in alphabetical order. So here is the row in pivot table. So this is the row height, from these row levels, and this from these 3 to 13, this is a row. So after that, we will tick on the order amount, it's a value. So after clicking this order amount, in this row we can see that all the order amounts by salespersons is being shown. So here is the value. So after that, we will create the columns. It's very important to manage the rows and columns. So here, always remember that it's slightly different than your traditional worksheet. So in pivot table, this is called the row and row height, and then we will select we want to see the products here in this column. So we will drag product in the columns, so we can see within a matter of seconds we can see that the which salesperson sold which product and how much, and by each salespersons how much is the grand total. And suppose like here jeans, there is two salespersons, the grand total of jeans is 27500. So for denim, we can see the figures, food items, so all for all products we can see that there is a very systematic way to display this data, and it's very easy to see, it's very easy to compare, it's very easy to performance to of each salesperson, it's very easy to see the sales figures of each product, grand total, and many more. So, by taking decisions from this pivot table, it will be much more effective. It will increase the productivity of the employees to analyze properly, to evaluate for the next increment, and for the company to take lending decisions and many more decisions from this amazing figure, amazing function. So here we can see that there's a pivot table analyze under the menu bar. So here we can change the design. So I'm clicking here. By clicking in different ways we can see that how the designs has been changed. So by clicking here and there in different options under pivot table analyze, we can do many things. So in the next lectures we'll know more about pivot. This lecture I will show you how to manipulate pivot table data. So suppose you don't want to see the products on this pivot table, so how will you change it or manipulate it? So you just uncheck the product and then it will be only the sum or order of the amount. So now suppose you want to see the product's order date, or order ID, so that you can know that the which product ID sold most, or the what is the performance by each product ID. So here you just drag it to the column and then you can see the product ID based sales, then you can take decisions from which ID's product, sold higher than which ID. So by this way you can, change and manipulate your pivot table from this pivot table field. Always remember that all the text things like the names or anything without data, those text versions things will go to the rows, and the other figures that might go to the columns or values, whatever you want. So suppose you want this product order ID in the rows, so if you just drag it here, then those product ID will be on the rows. So now the pivot table will look like this. So by many ways, you can manipulate by dragging or by ticking and unticking. You can manipulate this data in pivot table. It's very easy, very simple to work as you like. In this lecture we'll learn how to group data by date and time. So here we can see that every salesperson's name here in this row area, that under the date, in which date they sold the item. So here suppose we want to group it, so by right clicking here on this, just click group, and then we can say different options of how you can group, how you are interested to group, like quarters, months, years, blah blah blah. So you want to make a group like by month, so just click OK, then you can see that it has been grouped by month. So here again I want to change it by quarters, so just you click here by quarters and then you can see that it has been changed into quarters, quarter four, or some uh, ways in the quarter the date is in. So by this way, we can group our data from this pivot table in different ways, like times and months, and in different ways. So in the next lecture, we'll learn about filtering of our data. Filtering data from pivot table is very easy and interesting. Sometimes we might know to for in-depth details, we need to filter our data. So for filtering, what we should do for filtering, just we need to provide, like, suppose we need to know the product in detail, so we want to filter the product so that we can know that which product sold by which person. So many the collect shortcut data about the product, so will drag the product on the filter option. So in the upper left corner of the uh, worksheet, we can see that there's a product, and here we can, if we click here, so we can see the options for select all. So we can deselect, we can uncheck all, then you can see that there's no product here. So just we are clicking only food items. Then the filtering datas about the food items, like this salesperson has sold this amount of food items. So here we are clicking jeans, and then it has been updated, it has been filtered by these only two products. Then now I'm clicking here polo shirt, and then you can see that the salesperson who sold the three products here, these kinds of things, these kinds of filtering options is available on Excel. So here we can say that you can filter your data whatever you want. So that's all for filtering. In the next class, we'll learn about slicer. In this lecture, we'll learn about slicer. So what is slicer is about? In filtering options, in the previous lecture, we've seen that then filtering, whenever you scroll down from this list, there is a problem of, seeing and unseeing. You can see all the products or all the things, and you have to click on the filtering button to see the elements in the filtering option. So to eradicate this problem, to get rid of that problem, you can click here the pivot table analyze, and then insert slicer. So here in the slicer, you can add, like, suppose I'm ticking on the product. So here, after clicking on OK, you can see all the products. You can see all the products here. So the things, the products, that has been ticked, colored here, that we have the data in this pivot table. We have the data related only the colored product. So if we want to know the data about perfumes, that in this data it will show only the perfumes option. So if you the jeans and perfumes, jeans, these two. So if we want to know some more options, like clicking on the command on Mac or control on Windows, you just click on the product list, and you can see the detailed informations here in this pivot table. So it is sophisticated, or it is a more customized version of this filter. So here you can change the colors of the filter in the slicer option. You can design the colors so that you can take decisions, or so that you can see properly. So by this way, we can use slicer for shooting, for collecting our data to take more calculative decisions. So that's all for this lecture. This is the last lecture on pivot table. So here we'll discuss about a very interesting thing, that is pivot chart. So pivot chart, you can create chart from your pivot table. So here I will guide you how you can create a pivot chart. So from here, from insert option, insert tab, from you can go to the right side, and then near the charts option you can see that there is a option that pivot chart. So from here, by clicking here, you can see that they have created a chart from these datas. So for which salespersons, here it has been says the legend option, the order ID, and then salesperson sum of amount, which salespersons sold the which order ID. So you can add the total order amount on the legend series, so you can customize it. So here you can customize your chart. So here you can see that they've created a new chart. Here this which product ID and how many sales it has been generated by each salesperson. So from here you can customize in these pivot chart fields, and then it will create this product, this chart automatically. So here I can uncheck the order amount, it will be like this, and then and now the chart pivot chart has been, it doesn't have any relevancy. So I can say that we can add the order amount, and then this pivot chart make a relevant chart. So by clicking and unclicking, checking and unchecking from these pivot chart fields, you can create pivot charts within a very few seconds, and you can place, you can drag or place this one. I have made this mistake here, so I can I can make it legible here. You can make change here by dragging here from the anywhere in the worksheet. So it's very easy and it's very interesting to work with Excel. That's all for this lecture. I will teach you how to use macros. In Excel, you can automate your actions by using macros. So before using this function, first of all, you have to save your workbook as macro enabled file. So from file option, you will save this. I am giving this macro practice. The name of this file is macro practice. And then from here, you will go to the Excel macro enabled workbook and then save. So suppose you are an HR manager, and every time you check a data that put by your subordinates, you bold and then highlight. Suppose you bold and then highlight with this color. So I'm giving you a very simple example so that as a beginner you do not face any problem. So you want this bold and highlight options to be automated, and by a single click you want to make the changes on your data without going this bold and then highlighting again and again. So how will you do that? So first of all, there are under view option, there is an icon here is called record macro, and also under developer tab you can also see record macro. So here under view I will go to record macro, and then here I will give a name of this macro. The name of this macro I am giving is highlight, and then I will store this macro on this workbook, or you can store it on a new workbook. I am storing it here in this new workbook. By when you select the name, always make sure that there is no space on the name and the name doesn't start with any number. So the keyboard shortcut command will be option command L. I'm using my MacBook, so in your Windows version that can be another one. So whatever it, you chose your keyboard shortcut. So here is keyboard shortcut is option command L, and then description, yeah, I'm writing highlight. So after that I will click OK. Then here you can see that it's been recorded, the action is being recorded. So I will save this macro. So now I will do the action. So under home I will go to the bold and then I will highlight. So this action is been recorded by macro. So here I will stop recording. So this action has been recorded. So I can do this by different ways. So by clicking option command, here I'll click option command L, and then within a very short period, within a single click, this has been become bold and highlighted. So here option command L, here option command L. So by this way, by using this macro, you can automate your work. You can automate any formulas, any datas, any action, whatever you choose, just selecting your actions and then record, and then go to the keyboard shortcut command. Here I am showing you again that option command and then L. By this way you can automate your actions on your worksheet. That's all for this lecture.